Whew. Hello everyone, this is Chris over at the planet. So we have Marvel Super Heroes Jumpstart here, and it's time to get this underway. Alright, so I guess for those that are not familiar how Jumpstart packs are, so these are theme boosters actually. So the way how you would use these, that each player who are you going to mess with these Jumpstart packs, that each player gets 2 packs to mess with. Open their packs, trying not to see what's inside the contents. You shuffle the 2 packs all together and you get your 40 card deck ready to play out based on what you open. So let's get this underway. So yeah, so I guess if you notice the number of cards you get per, it's 20 cards, so there are basic lands in here. So again, the whole point of it is that each pack has a theme that you can open, although there's like a bunch of them. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna break these open. So it's gonna show us what inside, what theme it is. So boosted, so Heroes for Hire. So yeah, that's a theme. Interesting. It's 2 red decks. Although it's not very often you're gonna see a 2 color deck. Not very often. Yeah. So green, rampaging, so themes around trample mechanics, and then the other 2 are the mechanics within the set. Marvelous. So flickering your Marvel in and out, exile triggering each of the effects. Thunderbolts, speedy, soaring. Yeah, so a lot of these that you see are mostly going to be using keywords a lot of the time. So soaring will just be flying, speedy is just to be haste. So again, all these things that you see follow a theme. Yeah, I guess as we open this, you might encounter cards that you see in the set itself, as well as cards you cannot get normally, exception through the Jumpstart. So we'll see if we can hit. Oh, yep, unfortunately we do. You can sometimes, unfortunately, can't hit like the same theme within this box. So but we're gonna see what this does. Analyzed. Alright, Master of Evils. So, alright, it's time to open the other 12 packs. Yeah, so Jumpstart as a whole, there's generally, I believe, 24 packs per box. Alright, and then street level villains, web slinging, if anything. Alright, second analyzed. Nothing much to be done about that one. Just the luck of the draw, as some will say it. Right, Mayhem, so Mayhem's a mechanic back in the original Spider-Man set, where cards of Mayhem can be cast from the graveyard if you discard it this turn. So near similar to the Madness mechanic in the old days, although it has like restrictions. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah, Mayhem Madness has its own like beneficial thing. Animals, trained. Alright, so we have Thor. So Thor is going to be themed around the character thinking. Alright, Battalion. So I guess for those that remember some of the older mechanics from other Magic sets that use this mechanic as a whole. Alright. Towering, so creature with power for greater matters. Uncanny, so mutant matters. And then Trickster. Yeah. Yes, if anything, there is over 40 themes in here. I don't remember what the exact number is, but let's start opening these guys up. So they do have a little seam here. So you see this little piece that I'm like grabbing onto. It's how you like mostly open up these beam boosters. Although they are a bit tighter comparing to most other like product lines that we've messed with. So let's look at the Trickster's base pack. Yeah. So you notice you see some cards from the main set, some cards within the theme as a whole. Yeah. So Loki, Lord of Misrule. Yeah. Choose target creature you control. Each creature you control other than the chosen creature becomes a copy of that creature, except it isn't legendary. So allow your creatures can become a copy of like the most badass villain that you have, or this most insane thing you have on your side of the board. Yeah. So this card, some of the cards that you see are like cards you can only get through the jumpstart, which in case of this Loki you see can only be obtained through this jumpstart product. Same with the chase card in this, which is the Mono Black Doctor Doom. So it's a 4-mana. I don't remember what the exact stats were, but it said you draw a card, you lose a life, then if your library is empty, you win the game. Yeah. So that version of Doctor Doom you can only get through the Jumpstart. And that one you have to open the Doctor Doom theme pack to get that specifically. But Uncanny, yeah. You can see some cards you can only get through the Jumpstart as well. Some from the main set, and now you see Colossus, Storm, and then a few other like characters that you might not be familiar with, and Wolverine. Yeah. So a lot of these cards that you see have reach or a card that could potentially gain reach, if anything. Yeah. Yeah. So you might see characters that you're like familiar with within the Marvel universe. All right, and now this Thor. All right, so let's see. Yeah. Ooh, lightning bolt. Now that's interesting. Lightning strike. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. So Thor like has like a bunch of ways dealing direct damage, if anything. And now the train theme. So I guess for those are not superly familiar, yeah. So power up as a mechanic is like one of the theme within the set. And looks like they unintentionally forgot to put like a seam, like a way to like tear it. So just gotta do things the old-fashioned way. And anyways, yeah. So you know, it's all like these the power-up mechanics attached to them. Yeah, plus counters, and then the main card to go with it. Yeah. All right, animals. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really go real heavy into like these jumpstart sets, so I don't exactly have like a clean idea of what comes in and out of these sets. Yeah, so legendary are Lucky the pizza dog, so has a cast triggers, if anything. Yeah, so a rare from the main set itself, and then see if I see like a rare. Some of these ones that are like duplicates have like different themes in it. Okay, yeah. So you might see like cards from like the original Spider-Man set. A lot of them with that specific mechanic. All right, Kingpin. No new art for Deadly Dispute. I probably should imagine such a thing. But anyways, all right. All right. So now this Master Evils. Yeah. So villains matter like theme in here. Here you go. Yeah. So again, some of these packs that you see may actually be duplicates. So yeah, so flying theme, if anything. Yeah. All right. Ooh, so this is another rare or mythic. Okay, well that's interesting. Yeah. So basically, like a source of plowshare on enter or attack triggers. This one. All right, all right. Iron Fist, yeah. All right, and now the last pack. All right, well, it's the last pack, but this one should be around Daredevil, if anything. Yeah. Well, yeah, so there will also be like commander cards in here, but usually stuff that a lot of the stuff that you see here are usually Jumpstart exclusive, exception with the cards that are in the main set that you can open. But otherwise, so a lot of the stuff that you see here will be on our online store website when we get these live and checked in. Well, if you do like what you see, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and hope to see you next time with our next box break. And it's also a good way to send off for Marvel Super Heroes and ready for the Hobbit for the upcoming weekend pre-release for those that are going to be hosting or attending any. But otherwise, globally available starting next week, Friday, August 14. Well, otherwise, until then, everyone.